Hi friends, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this fun fold card. So it pops up in the middle and it's super easy to make, and it's kind of a wild card when your recipients receive the card. So I'm going to point you down to my work surface and show you how to make this card. So this was a card that we did at my Wednesday Zoom session. I do those on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time. You can find all the information on my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room. I give you all of the measurements ahead of time so you can prepare your products, your cardstock, and then we can make the card together. So today I am using the Let's Go Fishing Designer Series paper. Really cute paper makes wonderful masculine cards. You have some great colors on here on both sides, some neutral type of prints, as well as some that are directed towards fishing. I just really love this paper. I did not buy the stamp set and dies that coordinate with it, but they are available. But what I've done is I've fussy cut out these large fish to do my design on the front of my card. And then I use the designer series paper on the inside of my card as well. Let me kind of deconstruct this. So for my original card, I used the online exclusive stamp set and paper. It's called Irresistible Blooms. It's a beautiful stamp set and dies, and it does have coordinating designer series paper to go with it. And I also used the In Color designer series paper pack for this background paper. So that's how I made that card. Those are the products that I use. This time I am using the Let's Go Fishing designer series paper. Really cute paper that has all different types of fishing designs on the paper itself, but the opposite sides do have some kind of neutral prints. The whole pack is just really great for masculine cards, which I love because masculine cards are so difficult to make sometimes. And I did not buy the stamps and dies that coordinate with this. I just bought the paper, and then I fussy cut out the fish to make my card. So don't forget that's an option. You don't always have to invest in the whole bundle. You can just get pieces of it. So I just got the designer series paper. Okay, so we are starting with a base card stock that measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. And you fold that as a valley fold and then a mountain fold, just like that. And then we're going to take our designer series paper, and that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach that to the inside of my card. So you want to make sure that the pieces that go onto the card base itself are attached before you put your mechanism on, because it all gets mounted onto your the mechanism gets mounted onto the inside of your card. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and center that. The base color that I'm using on my card is the boho blue. It's really nice in color that we have this year. And then I have 2 pieces of the Very Vanilla cardstock, and those measure, let's see, there's 2 pieces that measure 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And I did put those through the through an embossing folder to just give it some texture and interest. I don't know if you can see that design on there. I think that's called Texture Paint embossing folder that I used. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach that to those other 2 areas on the base of my card. So one goes on the front, just like so, and the other is on the inside. If you're interested in purchasing any of these products, you can do so on my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. I would really appreciate your support when placing your order. Okay, now we have the pop-up mechanism. So this is the same color as my card base itself, and it measures 3 inches by 2 1/4. So it's 3 inches by 2 1/4, and it's scored at 3/4 of an inch, 1 1/2 inch, and 2 1/4 inches. And all you're going to do is fold that in half on that center score line, and then you're going to unfold it. And so all of these fold lines are mountain folds. They're all the same. So you're basically just making a square out of it. So you're going to fold it down on itself. And you want these two pieces to have a little bit of separation in between them. So if they are totally centered together and nice and tight, just kind of push those score lines out a little bit so that you have a little bit of room in between those two pieces. It just makes it a little bit easier. Gives your card a little bit more flexibility when opening and closing. Okay, so with these two ends facing each other, you're just going to put adhesive on there. You want to use a good strong adhesive. I'm using the Tombow glue here, because it's going to take a little time for it to dry, but it is a nice strong adhesive. And all I'm doing is laying this right in the center of the card. My fold line is facing up towards me, and I am lining that up with the center fold line on my base. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that has good contact on my card. Okay, and then when you close up your card, it's just going to form a little cylinder there. I'm just going to go ahead and close that and allow the mechanism to move into place, and then I'm just going to go ahead and burnish it again. And that way I know for sure that the card's going to close up nice and tight and everything is in its right place. Okay, now I have the piece that goes on the inside of my card. I've already stamped it. And I have a strip of Designer Series paper, which is actually the opposite side of this Designer Series paper. And that measures about 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/2 inches. And like I said, I've already stamped that. And what I'm going to do is, you can go ahead and open this, and it should lie pretty flat. And I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive right down on this piece of the mechanism. So you only want your glue or adhesive on just this left-hand side of the mechanism. And I'm going to go ahead and place this right on top of there. And it's not quite on that fold line, but it's pretty close to it. It's just right of that fold line on the mechanism. Okay, and then your card's going to fold in like that. I guess one of the reasons why I like to use the glue is that it allows the pieces to move a little bit as it needs to, and that way you can make sure that everything is going to lie down flat on your card. Okay, so there's that inside mechanism. You can see how quick and easy that went together. And then all we have left is the front piece that's going to go right on top like that. And this piece, it has a mat for the front of the card that measures 3 inches by 4 inches. Then the Very Vanilla is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And of course you want to stamp that before you attach it to the card itself. I've also stamped my greeting, and you can see these are the fish that I was talking about. I just fussy cut those out. These two are glued directly onto the card itself, and these are raised. This one's raised up with dimensionals just to give it a little more fun. And I'm just going to go on here, and again, I'm just going to kind of center that on the piece that I laid down on the inside. And I want to try to make sure that my words are covered as well. So when I go to glue this, I want to make sure that it's only glued on this section here, this tiny area here that's going to be glued to this panel. So what I like to do is just kind of eyeball it. Just kind of put my finger right there. And then I know that I just need to put glue on this side of the card. Just don't want to put too much glue on so that it glues your card shut. You just want to add enough to add that panel onto the front of your card. I'm going to bring this back in, just like so. And there is that completed card. So quick and easy to do and so fun. So give it a try. Let me know in the comments if you give it a try and how you like it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. Be happy to help you out with any questions you might have. And again, if you'd like to make any purchases of the products that I showed you, you can do so on my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. Thank you and have a great day. Hope to see you on a Wednesday Zoom session and we can meet each other. Take care. Bye-bye.